Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am back with another video. On this video, we are going to be analyzing a short story with the title A Girl Who Can by Ama Ata Aiju. Alright, let's look at the title, A Girl Who Can, sorry. So here we are being introduced to a girl who goes by the name of Ajua. Ajua is the little girl who struggles to speak about her feelings. She is ridiculed by her grandmother because of her tiny legs, okay? Now let's look at the characters that we find in this short story. We have Ajua, who is a 7-year-old, who is also a narrator, the one who tells the story, and she is also the main character in the story. She has a fear of talking because of her grandmother's behavior towards her statements. Yes, she is someone who shies away from voicing out their perceptions on things, or saying how they feel about certain things because of the comments that she receives from her grandmother. Okay, she has thin and long legs. She is chosen to represent the school in the district athletic meetings. Yes. And then we have another character who is Nana. Nana is Ajua's grandmother. She makes fun of Ajua's statements. So that is why Ajua is afraid to speak up, because whenever she does so, Nana, the grandmother, makes fun of his statement, and she does not think Ajua should attend school. She does not think Ajua has suitable legs to carry hips that could allow her to bear children. She changes her mind when Ajua becomes successful because of her long and thin legs. Then we have Mami. Mami is Ajua's mother. She wants Ajua to attend school and be better than her. Then we have Mr. Mensa. Mr. Mensa is the neighbor to Ajua's family. He lends Nana a charcoal pressing iron for her to press Ajua's school uniform. So these are the characters that we find in this short story, okay? And that is how they are perceived, they are portrayed to us as readers. All right, moving on to the summary, let us try to summarize the short story, The Girl Who Can. Okay, little Ajoa is an ambitious girl like any other girl of her age who has dreams and aspirations of her own and truly believes that anything is possible. Okay, remember, the title is The Girl Who Can. So the girl who could in this context is Ajua, okay? The one who believed, who had ambitions and believed that whatever she put her mind to will be a success. Hence, the title of the short story is A Girl Who Can, okay? Mami, her mother, wants the best for her child. She wants her to soar high on success and earn a respectful position in society. Yes, Ajua's mother, Mami, wants Ajua to continue and go to school and be successful. Nana, Ajua's grandmother, has lived all her life according to society's perspective. Okay, what does that mean? It means that Ajua's grandmother focuses more on what is acceptable in society. For example, in this short story, we find her ridiculing or having bad comments about Ajua's thin and long legs, okay? Because she says that those legs are not good for marriage. Those legs, you won't be able to bear children or carry children with such thin legs and long legs without hips. Okay, according to society, a woman, you are basically expected to be someone who's gonna give birth and carry babies and stuff. Okay, so the grandmother believes in societal perspective than acknowledging the fact that people are different. Okay, and we don't have to live according to society's norms at all times. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so Nana believes that Ajua can never be a woman, and she has very thin legs that will stop her from carrying a baby, that will bar her from carrying a baby. Can you see? This is a society perspective, okay? That you can never fully be a woman who is married as long as you have thin legs. For you to be a woman who's fully a woman who's able to carry babies, you need to have hips, okay? That is society's perspective. I hope that makes sense. Nana only changes her view about Ajoa's legs when she becomes an athlete and is successful because of her legs. The grandmother is proud of Ajoa, yes. So at the end of this story, that the very same long and thin legs that Ajua was ridiculed for by her grandmother ended up helping her to qualify and represent the school on athletics with running. Okay, so now at the end, this very same grandmother Nana ends up being proud of Ajua. Okay, so that is basically what is happening in this short story. Now we move on to the setting, where is the time and the place where the story happens. Okay, this story takes place in Ghana, in Africa, in a village called Hasodi. Okay, the main character walks 5 kilometers to reach the school in the nearby small town. This also symbolizes that this story is taking place in a village. Okay, the walks are not a problem for her as she is used to long walks in the village. Okay, moving on to the themes. Remember, the theme is the central point, the central message that the author is trying to convey to us as readers. Okay, so the first theme that we find is either innocence, insecurity or fear. The girl Ajua is not able to voice out her feelings because she fears that people would laugh at her. She allows her grandmother to ridicule her about her legs and she does not say anything. Okay, so that symbolizes fear. Like she's afraid of her grandmother to a point that she allows her to make fun of those legs or have bad comments based on those legs. Okay, all right. And then there's number two, gender stereotype. Nana, Ajoa's grandmother, makes fun of her granddaughter's thin and long legs. She believes that girls' legs should have a flesh in them, should have hips, and that is in preparation for childbearing stage. You see, that is a gender stereotype because that is not what a woman only want to be. Not every woman wants to have babies or to be a childbearing woman. Okay, some women they're not even interested in having children, but now the grandmother is basing the stereotypes on a 7-year-old who doesn't even know if they will want a baby in the future. Okay, making fun of the legs, saying that they are too thin to bear a child. I hope that makes sense. So that is an example of gender stereotype. That is one of the themes that the author is trying to convey to us. And then there is conflict. Okay, Nana and Mommy argue about the choice of husband Mommy has. Nana blames Mommy's choice of husband for the type of child she has. The child Ajua has skinny legs and causes conflict between the two women. Mommy does not see anything wrong with Ajua's legs, while Nana thinks they are not acceptable. So now there is conflict between Ajoa's mother and Ajoa's grandmother because Ajoa's grandmother holds the idea that Ajoa's legs are the way they are. They are skinny, they are thin because of the type of man that the mother chose to have a child with. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why. And then another theme is success. Theme number four. Ajoa becomes a successful athlete when her teacher realized that she can run faster. She is chosen to represent the school at the district game. Yes, that is one of the things that we find success. She became successful at the end because of the thing legs. She ended up representing the school. Okay, another theme that we find is pride or appreciation. Mommy becomes a Joe's number one fan when she becomes famous and successful in athletics. She prepares her school uniform for her, accompanies her to school and to athletic events. She takes pride in carrying her granddaughter's trophy. So now she's proud of all her granddaughter's achievements after ridiculing her all this time. Okay, so those are the themes that we find in this short story. I hope that makes sense. Now let us move on to our practice questions to see if you understand what this short story is basically about. I suggest that you pause the video, read the excerpt for yourself, and then we attempt the questions together. Okay? I take it you have read the extract, so I'm gonna move to the question. 5.1.1, you compare column A and column B. Easy 4 marks. Name. So they say choose a description from column B that matches the one in column A. Write only the letter. Okay. So A we have Kaya. You need to match Kaya with something that matches Kaya. Okay. So Kaya, the correct answer, Kaya is D, is a very protective a parent. Name. Kaya is also mommy. That's also her name. The other name, mommy Kaya, is still the same person. So she's a protective parent, right? And then we have Nana. Who is Nana? The correct answer for Nana is E. which is a traditional disapproving grandparent. All right. Then we have Ajua. Let's look for a description that matches Ajua in column B. The correct description is a talented 7-year-old learner. Okay. Then we have Mr. Mensa, the neighbor. Okay. Let's look at the description that matches Mr. Mensa. The clothes pressing iron owner, yes, is the neighbor that borrowed a Nana, the what you call the iron to iron Ajoa's school uniform. Okay. Now let's move on to the question 5.2.1. Explain the irony in the narrator's words, whereas Nana thought a and then a waste of time, line 1. So the correct answer there is that Nana does not believe that going to school will be valuable to Ajua, yet it is at school that Ajua discovered her talent for running. Here there is an irony there because at first this grandmother thought that going to school is a waste of time, but at the end we see her supporting, being proud of Ajua for her achievements. Where did she achieve those achievements? At school, the very same school that she believed that it was a waste of time. So there is an irony there. 5.2.3, refer to lines 2 to 7. You have to go to lines 2 to 7. She kept telling and maybe explain why mommy feels that not going to school keeps her in darkness. Okay. 5.1.3a. The correct answer is mommy feels lost, hopeless as she is unable to read and write darkness. Okay. Moving on to B. What do these lines reveal about mommy's character? The correct answer is mommy is supportive, progressive, forward thinking as she wants her daughter to go to school to get a better life for her daughter. Okay, she doesn't want the daughter to have the same experiences as her. Moving on, 5.1.4, refer to lines I was to my school's runner. How does Nana later show that she is proud of Ajua's achievement? Stage 2 points, okay? So the correct answer can be that Nana irons Ajoa's school uniform. She even went to an extent of borrowing an iron from the neighbor, Mr. Mansa, to iron the school uniform. That shows that she is proud. One, she accompanies her to town every day during the district sports week. She carries Ajoa's trophy on her back. She places Ajoa on her knee. Okay, those are symbolisms as to that Nana is now proud of Ajoa's achievement. Okay, moving on. What are Ajoa's achievements after she is selected as one of her school's runner? B. The correct answer is Ajura wins every race that she runs for her school. She wins the trophy for being the best all around junior athlete. Okay. Moving on, state why the following statement is false. Ajua is a Malawian citizen. Is this statement true or false? It is false. Why? Because Ajoa is a Ghanaian citizen. Refer to the short story as a whole. Nana is set in her ways, okay? Discuss your view. Discuss your view as to why they're saying Nana is set is Nana is set in her ways, okay? Meaning she focuses on her ways. Um, so this question it's open-ended. You can either say yes, she is set in her ways, or you can either say no, Nana is not set in her ways. Okay. Those who are saying yes, you will say yes. Nana stands firm in her belief that thin legs and narrow hips are not conducive to bearing children. She is unwilling to accept mommy's husband as a suitable spouse. She does not allow Ajua to bathe in the river with the older woman. Okay, so this proves that she is set in her own ways, meaning she believes what she believes in, and it has to be done in that way. Okay, for those who are saying no, she is not set in her own ways. You can either say no, but provide reasons. Nana is proud when Ajua is selected to run for her school and she irons her uniform. She defies typical behavior by accompanying Ajua to the district sports and celebrating her win. In the end, she accepts that thin legs can also be useful for running fast. Okay, so those are the answers to the questions from the extract. Okay, here are the corrections. These are the corrections or the correct answers from the previous questions that we did together. And then here are the answers as well. Okay, for the other question that we were doing. Yes, I think that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your fellow classmates if this video was helpful. See you on my next one. Thank you. Bye.